All right, so this could be a long one, but we'll try and get through her. What inspired you to start working in the field? I bought a camera when I was in my undergrad for visual communications. I since got my grad degree in business management, and I took this camera and I was like, I should learn how to use it. So I go out and take a lot of different photos, shot everything for a few years, and then I was like, oh hey, I shot my first wedding. It just clicked. I loved it, and I love everything about weddings. And it's a little bit of everything to a certain extent, right? But especially getting to connect with people and kind of get in their head and find out how they love each other, how they can physically show that love, having a different family dynamics of how you treat your father or mother, they treat you and whatnot. It's a very interesting field to be honest, but more on the psychological side of things that really drives me. But once I shot my first wedding, I knew that was the direction I was wanting to go, and I kind of filtered out all the other stuff for a while. I do kind of shoot a little bit of it here and there. All right, what size or style of wedding do you like to do? I like all weddings, to be honest. When a wedding gets bigger, I do recommend hiring more shooters under me because there's more people to photograph. That's gonna give us more options because I'll be busy doing one thing with you and they can do something else with somebody else. I do anything from elopement style, just the two of you, all the way up to 600 people that shot. So that's a very big throw of things. What do I prefer? I mean, I definitely would say I do prefer the smaller ones. I get to know your people that are there. I shot a wedding in Colorado, and I got to kind of talk with the people a little bit more and kind of get a feel for them, I get to have one-on-one connections with people, which I really value. Do you shoot in both color and black and white? I do. My theory is that you need to shoot as a professional and try to get the best color photo possible, because black and white's only going to accent that. They say black and white covers a multitude of sins. In my opinion, it shouldn't be a cheap way out. It should always be, it depends on your packaging, let's say that first, but it depends, when you start looking at 150 to 200 people, you should probably get a second photographer. If you're looking at multiple locations, you should probably get a second photographer. Bring your own lighting, yes, I use strobes. I also use some constant light, try to gel it and match it to the current temperature of the room. I'm kind of picky on that, kind of a pain in the butt to have mixed lighting, so I try to avoid that as much as possible. How do you get to know the couple before the wedding? I have meetings with you, and we hang out, and I follow you on social media, and I want to see that stuff, and I don't take offense to the stuff you post, and just post away, man. Like, I want to see what's your ins and outs and how you feel about the world, so I can kind of get a grasp of who you are. How do you help couples compile the shot list? I have a Google document that I fill out. First page is going to be all your names, addresses, hourly coverage, start and stop. Second page is going to be your timeline. And the third page is going to be a formal shot list. Put on paper a formal shot list, take it to your parents on each side and have them fill out the formal shot list. They're going to add photos in, and then we can assess how much time you need for formals. I also want to make a point that don't give me an outer wedding wear shots you must have for your wedding list or whatever. Don't give me that, please. I mean, I'll take it if you need me to, but the one thing I want to be doing is I want to be here capturing moments, creating art with you and your family, rather than, oh, did I get that shot of XYZ? I definitely want that for the family formals. How do you collaborate with a wedding videographer? I have had some bad experiences and I've had some good experience. I started in video and moved over to photo. I work in professional corporate video work still. What I do, I found a videographer that I really love working with, and I have him work under me, and then I edit the video. We work like butter, like me, and we just flow well. Have you worked my venue before? Let's talk about this. This is another long one. I'm gonna cut the video off after this one and start up again later, but it doesn't really matter. I know people think that. I don't understand why, I do understand why people think that, but it actually doesn't matter. What matters is light. Every artist, every photographer, videographer, the medium that they choose is dependent on the light available or creating light. If we go to the venue, scope out an area, and we're like, man, I love this brick wall over here, but the light is like overcast and everything's diffused and perfect, but then we get there the next day and it's completely harsh light, that's gonna completely change up how we're gonna look at the light, the atmosphere in the shot, how we're gonna shoot it. It's gonna change it all up. So it's not necessary. I'm definitely open to shooting at or touring a location ahead of time just so I see it. But in all honesty, in my opinion, if you're a professional, you should have no problem creating art in the location with the restrictions. Weddings are, that's the thing, is weddings are more restrictive in the time that you can do things because you have XYZ events happening. And that's actually why I've been really pushing my clients to do a day after session where we come back together, maybe get some hydration and some sleep throughout the day, and then come back together at the following day or week to do some sunset photos in a nice nature-esque location or downtown location. So then you can kind of focus on hosting your party the day of, and then the day after we can really get adventurous. You're less likely to worry about the dress getting all messed up, and you just kind of, hey, if you want to do trash your dress, let's trash it. It's up to you. But yeah, that's what I recommend mostly.